Hello everyone, I am Dr. Charu Agarwal, I am Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. And today this is my second lecture in the series of the Project Management and Entrepreneurship. And today we will be covering the remaining part of the topic Entrepreneur. As we see in the last lecture that an entrepreneur is actually a person who sets up his own business or industry. He actually has some ability to take the initiatives, drive, skills and spirit of the innovation. Okay, so the entrepreneur is the individual, we can also say that who identifies the opportunities, gather the necessary resources, and it's ultimately responsible for the performance of the organization because he or she is the whole soul in charge or the owner of the company. They are the action-oriented people. They are the highly motivated individuals who take risks to achieve the goals. So, further in this series, we will be covering the topic the classification of the entrepreneurs. Before in my previous lecture, I have already covered the basics about the entrepreneur. Now the second topic is the classification of the entrepreneur. According to the Clarence Danhoff 1949, he actually classifies the entrepreneur basically into the four types. One is the innovative, second is the imitative, the Fabian and the drone entrepreneur can be. Now, what is the meaning of the innovative entrepreneur and who can say we are the innovative entrepreneurs actually? Innovative entrepreneurship is basically characterized as the aggressive assemblage of the information and the analysis of the results derived from the sound combinations of the factors. They basically are the persons who are aggressive in experimentation and cleverly put the attractive possibilities into the practice. They see the opportunity for introducing a new technique or a new market or a new product. He or she may raise money to launch an enterprise, assemble the various factors, choose top executives, and set the organization goals. According to the Schumpeter, entrepreneur was of this type. Such an entrepreneur introduces new products and new methods of production, opens the new market for the people and reorganizes the entrepreneurs. So this enterprise. So this is the type of the innovative entrepreneurs. Now what is the meaning of the adaptive or the imitative entrepreneur? Basically this kind of entrepreneurs are characterized by the readiness to adopt successful innovations which are created by the innovative entrepreneurs. These type of entrepreneurs are revolutionary entrepreneurs with the difference that instead of innovating the changes themselves, they just imitate the technology and the technique innovated by the others. So these entrepreneurs are most suitable for developing countries because such countries prefer to imitate the technology instead of developing the technology, knowledge and skills already available in the more advanced countries. So they use the available technology which is available in the market, available in the world. They are most suitable for the underdeveloped nations because in these nations, people prefer to imitate the technology, knowledge and skill which is already available in the more advanced countries. Now the third type is the Fabian entrepreneur. They are the entrepreneurs who are very cautious and skeptical while practicing any change. They have neither the will to introduce new changes nor the desire to adopt the new methods innovated by the most enterprising entrepreneurs. They are basically the shy and the lazy entrepreneurs. They are dealing to determine by custom, religion, tradition and the past practices. They are not much interested in taking risks and they try to follow the footsteps of their predecessors or follow only after they are satisfied with its success rate. So they are basically the shy and the lazy persons. The fourth type is the drone entrepreneurs. Drone entrepreneurs, they are characterized by the refusal to adopt and use the opportunity to make changes in the production methods. They are entrepreneurs who may suffer losses, but they do not make changes in production methods. They don't want to change. They don't want to adapt any change. They are laggards as they continue to operate in their traditional way and resist to any change. Okay, so they don't want any change, and they actually don't want to adapt any change. When their product loses marketability and their operations become uneconomical, they are pushed out of the market. Like for example, if we take about the Nokia, okay, so we can say that about the 20 years before, everybody is using the Nokia phones, but the Nokia is not actually people, they don't adapt, they actually didn't adapt any innovations, or they according to the market strategies, they change themselves. So what is actually the today's scenario? We are actually not seeing the Nokia phones in the market today, and they are just pushed out of the market because there are other competitors exist in the market who are actually delivering the more services to their customer, the more advanced form of the phones to their customers. Okay, so the best example of this kind of the entrepreneurs is the Nokia. They are basically the conventional in the sense that they are strict to the conventional products and ideas. They don't want to change at all. The traditional industries of the Kerala are characterized by the known entrepreneurs, and the Nokia also. The coir and the bamboo industries are still in the hands of the laggards who refuse to innovate actually. Okay, so they basically, the entrepreneurs are classified into the 4 categories that we have discussed. Okay, now according to the type of the business, they are classified into like the trading entrepreneur. Trading entrepreneurs are those who are actually classified according to whether they are doing or involved in the wholesale business, retail business, import-export business, etc. Some of the entrepreneurs, they are come under the category of the industrial entrepreneurs. They can be the corporate entrepreneurs, the agriculture entrepreneurs who actually involved in the dairy, forestry, animal husbandry, etc. type of things. Retail entrepreneurs are there who are actually doing the daily businesses. Service entrepreneurs are there who are actually providing the service to the service industry. Social entrepreneurs are there. Social entrepreneurs like the NGOs which are there in our society and working for the welfare of the society. Next, according to the use of the technology, the entrepreneurs are classified into the technical entrepreneurs who are actually like the skills that you people are having. Non-technical entrepreneurs who are actually those are not having the technical knowledge, and but they are developing the things like we have the non-technical staffs as well. Then we have the high-tech entrepreneurs are there. Low technology entrepreneurs are there. E-entrepreneurs means those who are working on the web platforms, okay, like the Amazon, like the Mantra, they are all the e-entrepreneurs. Then we have the business process outsourcing, like the BPOs are there. Then in another category, we have we can classify the entrepreneurs according to the motivation they are having. They can be the pure entrepreneurs. Some other forced entrepreneurs. Forced entrepreneurs are pure entrepreneurs are those who are actually motivated and they have some innovative skills and they want to be an entrepreneur. Forced entrepreneurs are there those who are actually forced, like for example, if you are having the business in your family, so you are forced by your parents that you need to do the business, you need to involve into the business. So they come under the category of the forced entrepreneur. Then we have the accidental entrepreneur that there may be some conditions at your home, and because of that you are forced to do the business, and you are not able to go for any technical or for the service based industry. So they are come under the category of the accidental entrepreneurs. Then here are some the induced entrepreneurs. Now, according to the stages of development, there are the first generation classical entrepreneurs and inherited entrepreneurs that we have discussed in my previous lecture. Now, according to the area, rural entrepreneurs are there, those who are working in the villages like the artisan, khadi, village industries, handicraft industries, they are working there. Urban entrepreneurs are there, those who are in the set up their business in the urban areas. Global entrepreneurs are there, those who are actually have or spread out their business globally in more than one city, in more than one state, or in more than one country also. Then we have the local entrepreneurs, like the local shops we are having around us. So they are come under the category of the local entrepreneurs. Now, the entrepreneurs can also be classified according to the organization. There are the individual and the group entrepreneurs are there. Some are working as an individual, so they are individually they develop their own business. Group entrepreneurs are there, in which a team of the persons are there, those who are working and develop their business. So they are come the category of the group entrepreneurs. Mostly we are having the group entrepreneurs. Then we can also categorize them into the private and the government entrepreneurs. Okay. Now, according to the gender and age base, they are also categorized as the man and the woman entrepreneurs. Okay. There are some enterprises which are running by the women, like the Naika. Okay. Young and the old entrepreneurs are there, like they are categorized based on their age. Like they are come under the category of the young entrepreneurs, and if they are above a particular age, they are come under the category of the old entrepreneurs. Now, entrepreneurs can also be, you can consider, they can be the intrapreneur also, foodpreneur also, technopreneur also, momapreneur also, entrepreneur also, entrepreneur also. Okay. Now, what is intrapreneur? Entrepreneur are the persons who actually are the part of a business. Actually, they are doing the job in a company, but along with doing that normal job, they are giving their innovative ideas to the company. So that and based on that ideas, company allow them to develop their own team. Company provide the funds to that person so that he can develop that particular product or a branch in that particular company. So basically, they are paid by the company. In many situations, it may be arises that the company pay other than a normal salary to those persons based on their performance in the company. So, intrapreneur basically are the innovative persons or have ideas, but instead of developing or setting up their own business, what they are doing, they are giving their ideas or helping out in the company to develop a new branch, a new you can say a sister concern type of the company. Okay. Foodpreneur are who are those? Those are actually involved in the food type company. Like we have the McD's, we have all the chains which are doing the business in the related to the food. Like McD are there, Domino's are there, Pizza Huts are there. Okay, Pin Baluchis are there. So they are all the persons who are involved in the second type of category. Third is the technopreneur. Technopreneur basically are the entrepreneurs who are actually involved in a business which is related to the technology, in which they are using the technology, like all the software companies, they come under this category. Then the fourth type is the momapreneur. Momapreneur are the entrepreneurs who are actually the moms. Okay, so this word is very now becoming common in the in today's world, that momapreneur basically they are the individuals, they are the ladies who are actually the mom also, and they are involved in setting up some business or doing some or set up an enterprise. Entrepreneur are there who are actually the entrepreneurs who are involved in some kind of the art industry. Then we have the entrepreneur, like they are the entrepreneurs who are concerned in the, who are related or doing the business in the field of the education. Like Byju's are there. What they are doing? They are involved. Byju's are there. Vedantu is there. What are they doing? They are basically the entrepreneurs who are related in the field of the education. Okay. Now, the next is that next topic in this video is manager versus entrepreneur. Okay, so what is the difference between a manager and an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur and manager make an interesting comparison basically. To succeed as an entrepreneur, one is required to possess great managerial skills and more even them. Therefore, there are a lot of commonalities between the two in terms of the planning. Both are involved in planning, both are involved in organizing, directing and controlling abilities, which are essential qualities of a manager. So, whatever be the qualities a manager have, all those qualities need to be have by an entrepreneur also, because entrepreneur also involved in planning, in organizing, in directing and controlling the activities, and similarly manager is also involved in those activities. However, even though there are the great deal of differences between them also, so the differences primarily lies in approach they are using to handle the various issues. Okay, so this slide is if we can see on the screen, then based on the skills. Okay, so based on the skills, professional training. Okay, so managers are actually required the professional skills, or they are trained from some business school, whereas the entrepreneur knows business intimately. Okay, so they are the persons who are actually have the knowledge of the business, whereas the managers, they are the trained from some kind of the from some of the B schools. If we are talking about the educational level, that how much they need to be educated, so managers are basically the highly educated persons. Okay, whereas the entrepreneurs, they may be the less educated in earlier studies. Okay, we can see that there are the many successful entrepreneurs are there, but they don't have the big degrees with them. Now, in terms of the attention, they are primarily on events inside the, they basically focus on the events which are occurring inside the corporation or inside the business. Basically, they primarily on technology and the marketplace. Okay, what are the actions they are required? Delegate action, supervising and reporting. Okay, whereas entrepreneur gets their own hand dirty, may upset the employees by suddenly doing their work. Okay, failure and mistakes. Managers strive to avoid the mistake and surprises, because managers, they are actually the paid persons by some entrepreneur, so they actually try to avoid the mistakes, so that any mistakes they will not make in the company. Whereas entrepreneur deals with the mistake and failures as their learning exercise. Okay, now in their problem solving style, managers work out problems within the system, whereas the entrepreneur deals problem in the large and formal structure. Now, the next topic that we need to deal is the intrapreneurship. This is a very important topic of your syllabus. Intrapreneurship, according to the Gifford, by short, they discovered the word entrepreneur in actually 1982. Entrepreneurship is defined as an entrepreneurship within an existing business setup. As I told you earlier, that entrepreneur are those persons who are actually the persons who are working within the company on the job basis, but they are having their own ideas, their own innovative skills, and they actually explore themselves, or they want to give their ideas and help out in solving the problems of the existing business in which they are doing the job. Okay, so we can say that entrepreneurship is corporate entrepreneurship. Okay, so this is a very interesting word, that entrepreneurship is basically corporate entrepreneurship. Okay, when a corporation indulges in entrepreneur activities like diversification into a new business, it's called entrepreneurship. Okay, so based on if they are having some new ideas, new skills, so they just propose their projects into their company also, or they have they propose their ideas to solve any problem that arise into the company, so that the managers and the higher level authority, or this person has a good skills, so we can allow them to and fund them to develop that particular project. They help out those persons to develop that particular project, but that is within that company also. They are not allowed to set up a new company. They are working within that company. They can develop a diversification. They can have develop a sister concern company like this, or a different branch of that company, or if suppose there is a company, if we suppose take an example of like any of the juice company, like Real. Okay, all we know that the real juices are there in the market, but after some time they diversified into the business, like they are now providing the shakes also. So similarly, there are the many kinds of the examples that exist in the market. Entrepreneur is a manager also who focuses on innovation and creativity, who brainstorms, dreams, and puts ideas into the profitable venture by operating within the organization environment. It is a tool for capitalizing the entrepreneurial spirit of employees in the organization. They basically gives the manager the freedom to try new ideas. They basically gives the freedom to try new ideas by employing firm's resources in a unique way. There is also a, you can say, a program which is running by the Google, which is known as the Google's Entrepreneurship Program. Through this Google Entrepreneurship Program, all the employees are empowered and encouraged to spend 20% of their time on the projects that interest them and that they think will benefit Google and their customers. Okay, so other than performing the normal job in the company, they are encouraged to spend the 20% of the time on the new projects, or on the projects who actually interest to them, in which they are having the interest. Google actually have the innovation time of entrepreneurship program, which has a formal process for their selection of entrepreneurial projects, for the formal evaluation process and monitoring of each Google approved entrepreneur project. Now, for a Google employee to participate in the program, he or she needs to submit a project proposal within a timeline to the company. Now, it is critical to note that several of the Google's newest products that we actually are using in today's scenario and services are the outcome of this program only, like the Gmail, Google News, Orkut, AdSense. They are actually the products or the services which are actually the outcome of this Google's entrepreneurship program. Means these are the projects which are suggested by their employees in this program. In India also, Marico, who's the manufacturer of the parachute, hair oil, Saffola, Kaya Skin, Clinic Industries, have institutionalized innovation awards, where they receive the 30-40 entries every year for innovations across the spectrum, including the factories, brand, sales and HR, which are virtually covering the whole organization. Now, what are the consequences of not encouraging entrepreneurship? If suppose in a company we are not encouraging the employees so that they come out with their ideas, their innovative skills, then what are the consequences that we can face? A classic case of the entrepreneur is that of the founder of the Adobe, John Warnock and Charles Jestrick. They both were employees of the Xerox earlier. An employee, they were frustrated when they were the employees, so they were get frustrated because their new product ideas were not encouraged by the Xerox company. So they just quit the Xerox in the 1980s early to begin their own business. And currently, Adobe has an annual turnover of around $3 billion, or maybe in like today more than that. So you can see that if the Xerox may encouraged their ideas at that time, that it may be possible that the Xerox is on high demand in the industry now in today's world. Now, intrapreneurship. Okay, so this is all about my second lecture. Now, in the next lecture, we will be covering the next topic in this series. Thank you so much.